Door pops, dope boy cars, sneak and peeks. Yesterday's testimony from the convicted gun trace task force member was jaw-dropping.
Well, today we had a break in the action. The corruption trial of the remaining 2 detectives going to pick up again tomorrow. But ABC 2 News' Brian Kupler is right here right now to explain yesterday's witness is still causing whiplash right here in the city. Brian.
JB, it was stunning testimony. The blow-by-blow account of how the gun trace task force did its bidding is rippling throughout Baltimore and beyond. When the big duffel bag of heavy-duty equipment hit the floor in the courtroom, it made a loud clank and the jury sat still. Former Detective Maurice Ward then described the crowbars and bolt cutters his squad would use. He held up black hockey masks and dark clothing he and the other gun trace detectives would dress up in. It was shocking, but it all came after testimony that included terms like door pops, sneak and peeks, and dope boy cars. A glossary of the corrupt for the citizens that will eventually judge. For others, it's a wonder how it all happened in the first place.
I have the slightest idea. I really don't. I have the slightest idea. I do know that some of the street guys used to say that the police department had these officers that were robbing them, and I didn't believe it.
You're sitting here saying, we told you so.
Absolutely. Our clients have been saying this for years. We've been, shouting to the heavens for years that this is what happens.
And it happened to one of Josh Inslee's clients, almost exactly how Ward described it from the stand yesterday. He says, 2 years ago, Inslee says, Avon Allen was the victim of one of these door pops. The charging documents say how Sergeant Wayne Jenkins was the driver. He was always the driver, Ward said yesterday. How they pulled up to a group of men. Allen fled. They gave chase, tackling him, causing a gun he was carrying to slip into a nearby storm drain. This case was heard on Calvert Street, hung jury. It was then taken up by the feds and dismissed. Then Allen was charged yet again by the city state's attorney's office, only to again be dismissed. Case closed 14 days after the indictment of all 4 officers who arrested him in the first place. Inslee said Allen never had a gun that day, and after yesterday's testimony, he now knows how and why he got charged. He now preparing a civil suit on behalf of Allen, but waiting for the corruption trial to flesh out even more details about this rogue gun unit.
This trial is so shocking. Every line of testimony more shocking than the next that I can't sit here after day 1 and say this is where it's going to lead.
Now, this corruption trial resumes tomorrow. Detective Ward is still on the stand, but 3 other detectives from that unit are expected to testify. This trial is expected to last up to a month.